Let's move on to the Flogas Novice Chase, because that genuinely is one of the races of the weekend. Sutton Place tops the market here around about 3-1. What do you make of this day?
I suppose we spoke about a Gordon Elliott horse there a moment ago in Sam Crow. At the moment, I think this is probably the best horse he has, Sutton Place. I think he could be exceptional, and this is his time of year. This is his ground. I don't know if he's going to win an RSA, though he might have one shot at a Gold Cup someday. He's awkward, and he's ignorant, and he's a lot of things you don't want in a horse, but he's got a huge engine.
Similar to you, isn't
he? Yeah, he's the equine equivalent of David Jennings. So but I just think the performance to beat Super Sunday, given that weight over hurdles last year at Naas, was an exceptional performance. Yeah. And I think he won more comfortably, I thought, beat Kenboy more comfortably than the distance suggests at Fairyhouse. This is his ground. Everything apparently has gone well since. It's a hell of a good race, but I think he's a hell of a good horse.
Yeah. Your thoughts, Patrick? You've got Alboon Photo invitation only. This maybe a little bit surprised that Paul didn't go for Alboon Photo. You?
I mean, it's a fabulous race. I mean, it wouldn't be out of place at Cheltenham, which is what they're aiming for at this festival, which is great. I mean, look, Alboon Photo probably hasn't achieved as much in cold hard form as invitation only has. He's a lot of potential, and he's coming off the back of a fall, so that's a negative, you know. So I think Paul has probably gone for the logical option, you know, a horse who's won his last two. I know he fell first time out, but he's not coming off the back of a fall. Yeah. So invitation only, as a bump horse, I thought he was a really, really good horse. I thought he could, you know, beat one of our top novice hurdlers. He was a little disappointing, but he didn't get a clear run of the season. You know, he ended up missing Cheltenham, and when he was actually third in Navan, and we were disappointed with him, he was only a length and a half off Mona Lee. So I'd like to think that now that we have him right again, he should be able to finish ahead of Mona Lee, who again is coming off the back of a fall, and that has to be in a novice chase that's going to be run at a good gallop. That has to be
is that a massive negative for you, horse that have fallen off the
It was some fall, wasn't it?
Yeah, I mean that was
oh my God.
Some fall. It just makes life harder. I mean, it's not impossible to do, but it makes life harder. So I can see why Paul chose invitation only. But Alboon Photo is a horse he's made for chasing. He's made for a trip, and hopefully he'll get a clear round and be going to Cheltenham, but I wouldn't be hugely surprised if he won either. I ride Rat Vinden. It's possible that he could go for the 4 mile chase. He got brought down by Mona Lee the last time. So again, you know, clear round is going to be object number one for him.
He has a lot of jumping experience, though, in fairness too.
He does, and you know, touch wood, he's usually a fabulous jumper. And then Koshari as well, with second invitation only the last time. He needs to sharpen up his jumping. He doesn't make ground at his fences, and he needs to be a bit sharper. So hopefully, this experience, will put him right for Cheltenham.
Good stuff, Gavin. Do you have a bet in this race? I mean, this is as regards depth, where a lot of these races have short price favourites, but 3-1 the field here. It's
just before the show, I had a small bet, and Sutton Place at 3-1 again. Ladbrokes are a standout price. I'd be interested to see what Patrick says with invitation only, Alboon Photo for the RSA or the JLT. Would you have any idea of where they might end up?
We'll know more after this weekend, you know.
And you reckon Rat Vinden for the 4 miler?
He's a possibility. He's entered in it, and he has a lot of experience. And again, you know, if he comes out and wins on Sunday, he probably won't go for the 4 miler.
No, probably not. No.
But we'll know more after. This weekend is going to shape our plans with Cheltenham hugely.
You've usually got your 4 mile ride lined up long before now, have you? Can you divulge?
And then usually Ruby takes them on me. Or Black Hercules and Don Polly didn't quite make it to the 4 miler. But no, I mean, Rat Vinden would be a great ride in it, but again, after this weekend, we'll have a far clearer idea.
A lot clearer. Right, on to the Unibet Gold Cup. This is another cracker. But again, a few